Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, traders. Steve here at logicfxtrading, and welcome to our trading room recording on Wednesday, the 29th of September 2021. No major news today, guys. Just quickly look at yesterday. Consumer confidence in Germany came in at 0.3. We did discuss this yesterday. And consumer confidence in the US came in slightly down on forecast. Don't know whether there'll be a big reaction to that, but obviously it's an accumulative information, so that's down. I would have expected that to at least come in as forecast. Haven't seen Bloomberg this morning, guys, so can't add anything in there. And then a quick look for tomorrow. We've got GDP growth rate in the UK, manufacturing PMI in China, unemployment change in Germany and inflation, and then growth rate GDP in the United States. So that will be interesting as well to see how that comes in. But for today, there's no major events. Let's have a quick look on the medium. And really looking for something to do with the dollar, mortgage approvals, US, mortgage applications, pending Chair Powell's speech. There's a speech this afternoon. Have to keep an eye on that because the way things are at the moment, we could get reactions. Everybody's waiting to see when they're going to start to taper, how much they're going to taper. And the Fed are playing their cards very close to their chest after the taper tantrum that happened a few years ago, guys. They don't want that happening again. So we'll just have to see how the market reacts to it and see what bond rates are doing. Right, so let's get over to the charts. We are going to just talk about currencies, financial, FX, guys, in this recording from now on. Starting here with the index, the Japanese yen, because it's what's moving at the moment, guys. It's what we predicted. It has now come down and created a little double bottom there. So we could get a reaction of that, guys, that we were looking for here. We're not predicting it happens there. What we're doing is we're saying, well, listen, when we get a pullback, that would be a good place if you were trading this chart to get a setup to get involved in the trade. And obviously, if you got that pullback, you would see it on the individual currency pairs. So far, so good. The yen has continued to weaken as expected. And yesterday, the dollar finally broke that top, guys. Remember, we were looking at this last week, and we're kind of saying it could be a head and shoulders. And this, at the moment, is the reason why you don't try and trade those structures. You observe them, you see them, you understand that now and again that they work, so you keep an eye on it. But there you go. If you'd have jumped into that and said, okay, the dollar's definitely going to go short because of head and shoulders, and ignored the underlying fundamentals, then you would have now been in a trade in the wrong direction, guys. So understanding a little bit more about it than just the technicals is very important. So there we have it. It's continued to move up. Obviously, I don't know that if it's going to do that or if it's going to pull back and go, but I would say that that's the trend, guys, for the moment. And certainly it could maybe come back down a little deeper. We'll wait to see where the top is. It could maybe come back down to there. If it does that, then we look to trade it up. If it comes back to there, then we look to trade it up. And if you're already in it, then, fantastic. And it's the same with the Euro USD. It's broken that little bottom now we were talking about yesterday. It's come down. Hasn't broken by much, guys. If it turned and went off like that, you would still call that a double bottom. So it's close. But I would say that that the trend for this is like that now. So any pullback you get would be potentially a setup to go short. And then we're also looking for that setup across the board. There you have it with the pound being a little bit weaker at the moment, has pushed on through. So yet again, we're looking for a pullback for a setup. The Aussie staying stronger. Therefore, it hasn't reached the double bottom situation. And, you know, is it going to push down? Well, possibly. Possibly. New Zealand's the same thing, looking for a setup to see if we could possibly trade it down. The reason I'm saying possibly rather is that, you know, if we're looking for this to pull back here, then today won't be the time to try and trade that down because it could pull it back up into there, guys. So just hold your guns on that one. US CAD, not as keen on this one, guys, because the oil price is looking good at the minute, so CAD's going to stay strong as well. This one, yeah, I would say it's going to push on up. There was the previous high. It's probably got room to move up into there. And yet again, it's broken that. You know, it was there yesterday, so I was a little bit wary of that. It's broken it. Maybe it pulls back here, guys, before it goes. Just depends how, you know, what your rules are so far as looking for setups are concerned, or whether you just kind of look at the price and go, right, you know, from the charts and the fundamentals, we determined that price should move in this direction. Do you get into it and ride through the drawdown? If it comes, I prefer to let the drawdown happen and then try and trade long. Yet again, we've got a little double top here. It doesn't mean that it's going to go off in that direction, but you could get a little reaction off it, guys, and then that would give you a setup. The Swiss, ooh, yeah, probably will push on up, but, you know, some of the other ones are probably a better bet. Gold, I'm a little bit concerned about gold at the minute, guys. You know, I don't see the motivation for anyone to pile into it. The economy is growing, which is the reason why we're talking about tapering. It's the reason why we're talking about, you know, increasing interest rates means money goes into bonds, guys. I don't see a big reason at the minute for gold to go long, which is the reason why I've actually closed. I don't like to talk about stocks in here, but I have closed a few of the gold stocks that I had that I got into for safety in case we had a major correction in the market, and lost a few bob there. But it's part of the balance, guys. It's balanced out by the other profits we've made over the rest of the month. So we've kind of come out for the last 30 days at zero, but I have taken a lot of money off the table. We're now over 50% off the table, waiting for the right conditions to get back in. Silver, same thing. We were looking for it to go. I don't see any signs or hints of it going yet. So I'm going to have to see an impulse up and then a setup and maybe a break of that trend before I'd be interested. Bitcoin, we talk about it every day, guys. I think it's going to continue to drop. Of course, it could go long, but from a technical point of view, I think it's got more room to come down into here. We talk about that every day. Ethereum, it should be the same. And oil should continue. Oops, what have I just done there? Oil should continue to go long as demand builds, but it's come up in the little double top situation. We did say you'd get a pullback from it, which we're kind of getting there. We don't know how big it's going to turn out. It could just be like that and then go, or it might come a little bit deeper. Energy in general is going through the roof here in the UK, and I assume that's because of world pressures on the supply demand from the rest of the world. So if it's going up here, it's going up in other places, guys. So energy stocks, the ones I did say I wouldn't talk about stock. It's so hard not to cross over, guys. But energy stocks have been going up tremendously this last couple of weeks. So I see more upside to oil. It doesn't mean it's going to go long today, guys. It could run flat for a little bit. It could come off a little bit before it goes, but that's the trend for it. And therefore, yet again, I see more upside to the CAD. We've had the little pullback, or a little pullback, should I say, not the little pullback. Let's see if this gives us a setup to go short. Not overly optimistic about it, guys. Look at how it's been moving. Euro Oz, not sure about it. Euro New Zealand, not sure about that one, guys. Euro Yen, yeah, it's continued to push on up. There's the alarm gone again. As we said last week, we were looking for pullback. We got a running flat. So it's pushed on up through there. Now I'm waiting for a setup. Oh, there's a nice pullback there, guys. So let's say if a few days we get something that would maybe look like that. That would give, for me, that would be a setup. Euro Swiss, not sure. Pound CAD, well, there you have it, continuing to push down. Yet again, if we got a pullback. Pound Oz, there's the, well, kind of said that it would continue to push on down. Little head and shoulders, don't know if it means a big deal or not. If you look at this structure, it's is this the top of it, and it's going to start moving down. Truth is, at the moment, I don't know, so I'm not going to predict that. I'm not really au fait at the moment with what's going on with the Aussie and the New Zealand, and therefore it's the same thing there. Structure, it looks like it wants to drop. Pound Swiss hasn't broken out of this structure yet, guys, but it is heading in that direction. Pound Euro, I never trade this. It'd be easy to get into this and start to trade it down, but you see each time it's come down before, it's coming back up, so I wouldn't be so keen. This one, yet again, because of that, you know, you've got that happening all the time, guys. But possibly this yen will continue to drop, guys, but I wouldn't. Let me keep an eye on that for a few days. Aussie yen should continue to push up. Aussie New Zealand should continue to push up. Maybe we'll look for a setup. Aussie Swiss. Looks like it wants to break out and go, but when you look at this, guys, it could just keep going, you know. So Aussie CAD, I don't like trading this one, guys. We did get that right, but didn't get it right as in, you know, to trade it. Got it right as in, you know, structurally it looked like it needed to go long. But the timing's hard, guys. You know, you'll always struggle to get the timing right. But if the Oz is going to continue to go long, I mean, that looks like a really nice little zigzag back down. It's come down into the 78. Is it going to start pushing here? The concern I have is that I'm quite bullish on the CAD at the moment because of where the oil price is, and I expect it to go, and therefore I won't take a chance on that. Swiss yen, I think it will continue to go up. Let's have a look underneath. We're on 4 hours here, by the way, guys. We were down a bit lower when we're looking for setups, but I'm not really looking for setups at the moment. This looks like it could possibly pull down a little bit deeper, but then for me, that would be a setup. Let's see if we get it. CAD Swiss, my old pal. I would prefer to trade it from there. No, CAD yen, that's the one I'm happier with. Potentially, you know, in the ideal situation, you get a half decent little pullback there and then try and trade it up. New Zealand yen, I think that will go long. I think that's gone now. think this is it now, guys. I think this will possibly go long. New Zealand CAD. Similar to the Aussie CAD, guys, although there is a bit of weakness in the New Zealand at the moment, so any pullback in this would potentially be a setup to go short. New Zealand Swiss. Just clean this up a little bit here, get an idea of what's going on. Go back out to the 4 hours. Excuse me. No, I need a little bit. Excuse me. I need a little bit more time to think about that. And then yen against the offshore yuan. Not that I've ever traded this, but we're having a look at it. It's come into that bottom there. It's possibly getting a little double bottom, and you'll get a reaction off it. If you get a reaction there and it's set up, maybe we try and trade it down, guys. But I wouldn't try and trade it through there for all the reasons we talk about all of the time. Okay, guys, that's it for today. We did say we're going to separate everything out and therefore have little quick sessions. And I just haven't got round to doing the other sessions yet, but we will get them up and running. Okay, bye for now. See you tomorrow.